What's up, everyone? It is Bill from buildascene.com, music from the 412.com, firstangelmedia.com, lots of .coms. This is Three Questions and a Song, the podcast where the name says it all, except it really doesn't because I ask more than three questions, but there's three specific questions that we're going to count towards the end. We are trying to get back to our original plan, and that's how we're going to do it. We are live on Build the Scene Radio right now, social media all over the place from First Angel Media, XRP Radio in Scotland, music from 412, Build the Scene. We're on Kick, we're on Twitch, we're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, we're on, I don't even remember where all I'm broadcasting to right now. But anyway, with me tonight is Amy from Eden on Fire. What's up, Amy?
Hey, how's it going, Bill? Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on. So I gave her a quick flyby too. It's been a busy night. If you were tuned in on Monday night, you got to see the Pennsylvania Rock Show. I was on with Grim Rock, which was a perfect choice for Halloween with his skull face makeup, and all the music we played was Halloween themed. Tonight, we're going to talk to about Eden on Fire for a little while. There's an announcement she's going to make, and then we're going to ask three questions. We're going to hear about her answer to John Alfred IV's question from, what's his first name? John, I think John last episode, John Metheny, I believe is his name. He's a country artist from Ohio. John is his drummer. He has an interesting question for Amy, and we'll see where it goes from there. So let's start off with the normal interview type questions. And tell us a little bit about the band name Eden on Fire.
So the band name was sort of just a session at band practice one day. We decided, well, we're getting ready to play out. We really should have a band name. And I said, well, the Amy Project. And everybody looked at me and went, boo, no, it's not happening. I was kidding. But so we were just trying to find some names. At one point, we even went with an online generator. We're like, we just need to come up with something. So we had like a couple different variations of things with the name Eden on them and some things with fire. And we just kind of actually like, oh, Eden, fire, those kind of like together. I like the idea of Eden because it had this like female connotation, also the garden Eden, sort of feminine feel to it, and fire being sort of, like a cool thing. So we decided to put those together, and we actually agreed on something. So that's where it came from.
I used to play deck hockey, and we ended up with a name in a similar situation. We were headed into our very first game, and the league was like, you can't play without a team name. And my captain was standing in front of him, and in front of me, and I don't know if you're familiar with deck hockey at all, but if you fall on a deck surface, you get this waffle burn, and they call it deck burn, and it's terrible. And I was like, man, you have a lot of deck burn. And we both looked at each other and went, that's our team name, and we went and played.
That's
so
great.
We played a season under the name Deck Burn because my captain had deck burn on his leg.
I had a similar band name in high school. My first rock band I was in, we had to come up with a name for a show, and we pulled into my parents' driveway, and on the back of a Jeep Cherokee that my parents had said Quadratrack because it was 4-wheel drive, and that became the band's name, Quadratrack.
I mean, it happens.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get a little bit of more information about the band before we play the song, and then I ask you my crazy questions. So tell the listeners and viewers, I forget that sometimes, how you would describe your band. Like, I know it's hard to pigeonhole a band into a genre, but if you had to pick a few, what would you say you were influenced by?
Yeah, we're really hard to pigeonhole because we're kind of all over the place, but we call ourselves symphonic / melodic metal. We're kind of fit mostly into that genre because we have a lot of keyboarding and piano in our songs. So we kind of are influenced by some of that European symphonic sound. But also all of us in the band are really heavily influenced by a lot of 80s hair metal and some of the original like heavy metal from like the 80s and 90s. So we're kind of all over the place. We really have our own style, I would say, but that's where we fit the best.
I am not. Can you say something again for me?
Sure. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
No?
I know it's. Yeah, but my.
Oh,
Hold on 1 second. This
okay.
is what happens when I go live. I always forget that I did something before. And yeah, there it is right there. So nobody on the radio side can hear you right now.
Oh,
Now they can.
hi, everybody.
Wow. Okay, well, it is what it is.
Okay.
It's a good thing that the video software also records, so
Right.
I'm in good shape.
Okay. Everybody thinks you're talking to yourself.
Yeah. That's okay. So see, I want to ask one of my crazy questions. I'm trying to keep myself structured. What do you guys have coming up in the near future?
So in terms of like shows or just in general, or
Yeah, and you could throw in that announcement that you want to make too if you want
yeah,
to.
so we've actually had some really exciting things coming down the pipeline here. Well, we kind of came out of the gate running, sort of. We've only been a band really for a few years, and we've only been playing out for a little over a year. We started in June of 2022. We've released 3 singles now. We're working on a full album, but we just actually have decided to sign on with DI Records. So we will be doing that officially this weekend and making that a formal announcement with a press release on that. But we have decided to do that. So that's pretty exciting for us. So
for anyone who is not familiar, DI Records is in Pittsburgh, where Music from 412 is also housed. Is that the right word? Home of? I don't know. And I'm like 45 minutes from there. But so do you have any shows coming up?
We do. We're actually going to be playing November 11th here in Erie. We're up in Erie, Pennsylvania, at a place called Philly on the Rocks. We're going to be playing with a band called Illusions of Grandeur. They're from Eastern Pennsylvania. They're a pretty big act. They're coming in to play with us. So we're excited about that.
We play them on both Music from 412 and Build the Scenes radio stations.
Very cool. And then another local band called Isle of Dread will be playing with us that night as well. So we're really excited about that show. We've been wanting to play with Illusions of Grandeur. Our 2 bands have been trying to make that happen. So we're excited about that. And then we have some other shows coming up in December. We're not exactly sure totally about those yet, who we're playing with and what we're doing, but we're going to be playing some local shows. We're a little light for the winter here. We're trying to get our studio stuff wrapped up. We've been in the studio for a while as working on this album. As I said, we've released 3 singles so far. We have a total of 10 songs that we're trying to complete, so we can get that wrapped up hopefully soon. And we're also still writing. So we're kind of multitasking right now quite a bit. We played out a whole lot this last spring and summer and into fall, really. So we want to try to buckle down. We have so many songs that we're writing. We've actually introduced 3 new songs since we were in the studio, and we have about 2 or 3 more that we're writing in the process still. So we're busy.
I'm multitasking while you're talking. I just realized how long your song is, and I have to play videos.
Oh, I know. My song's ridiculous. We have epically long songs, and this is actually the song that you're going to play is our longest song.
It is 7 minutes and 43 seconds for anyone that's keeping track. And I am having one of those moments. Or there they are. I'm going to play the videos that I played on Monday's PA Rock Show, and that'll buy me most of that time. Not all of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a about 7-minute and 43 second or so break on the video side so that the audio can play on the radio station. And we will be back in about 7 minutes and 43 seconds.
See you soon.
Quantum Theater is presenting The Flying Lovers of Vitebsk, a remarkable klezmer musical based upon the love story of artist Marc Chagall and his poet wife, Bella. October 28th through November 6th at the Rodef Shalom in Oakland. For more information, go to quantumtheatre.com. That's quantum, THEATRE.com.
Music from the 412 with your concert calendar this week. I'm Bonnie Diver, and here's what's going on. Coming up on Friday, November the 3rd, it's Band Camp Friday all day long. November the 4th, Tower of Power will be at the Carnegie of Homestead Library for a concert, and listen to win tickets for that show all this week. Also, November the 10th, chance for you to win tickets to this show. Don McLean's going to be also at the Carnegie of Homestead Library for a concert. November the 11th, it's Medusa's Disco featuring the legendary Hucklebucks. That's at Deadhead Winery. November the 18th, mark your calendars for Moonwalker. They're at Preserving Underground. And you've got a chance to win tickets to that show also by listening to Music from the 412. That's your concert calendar, Music from the 412.
I just really feel strongly about pursuing your passions. We can all have careers, we can all have jobs, we can all do things to make our living, but at the end of the day, you can't lose yourself in that process. Nothing will ever replace the experience and the feeling that you get from being in a real recording studio and tracking with a bunch of band members and just getting into the groove and making magic. All my life I had said this is what I ultimately want to do, and I realized I was at a point where if I was going to do it, it was go big or go home.
Music from the 412 would like to give a very special shout out to our amazing sponsors. Because of you, more people than ever can discover Pittsburgh's vibrant music scene every day. We'd like to thank Main Street Music and Sound, Shady Lady Productions, Drusky Entertainment, J&T Tire Pros, Moondogs, Red Medicine Recording, the Pittsburgh Shrine Center, WQED, Deadhead Winery, Pamela Bryan, and Quantum Theater. Thank you for supporting local Pittsburgh creativity.
Hey, it's time to give away some tickets. But before I do that, I want to make sure everybody understands how this works. On the screen, you see the Tower of Power Carnegie Library Music Hall of Homestead website page on our Music from the 412 website. The way to enter is you scroll down to right where it says share this event, and you click on Facebook, and you tag both Drusky Entertainment and Music from the 412. Then you come over here to this ticket giveaway. You fill in your first and last name and your email address. Verify that you've shared an event on Facebook and tagged both Music from the 412 and Dressy Entertainment, hit submit. We're only going to use that email information to send the tickets to the winner. We do not keep any of those emails. We actually delete the form after the show is done. That includes all the emails that are attached to each form. And then, you tune into the Pennsylvania Rock Show live at 9 p.m. on Mondays, and make sure that you pay attention to find out if you are the winner. And if you do happen to win, then you're going to keep an eye on your email box to see to watch for the email coming from myself. And that email will also include Adam from Dressy Entertainment. And then shortly after that, you will get an email from the venue or the ticket vendor with your ticket information. As you guys know, this is usually the point where my brain doesn't work. But anyway, so tonight we're giving away tickets to Tower of Power. And let me get that ready for you real fast. So Tower of Power, the Fall Tour 2023, celebrating 55 years. That show is on November 4th. That's Saturday. 7 p.m. is doors. 8 p.m. is the start time. It's at the Carnegie of Homestead Music Hall in Munhall. If you have to purchase tickets, the tickets range from $52.75 to $84.75. It is an all ages event. And let's find out who our winner is going to be. We had 2 people sign up. That's Andrew Carr and Keith Laydig. And Keith is our winner. So Keith, keep an eye on your email. And we're going to head back to my interview with Grimrock here.
Ten Band TV is your network for live and on-demand sports, concerts, and more direct to your living room. Catch up on the latest regional sports highlights or catch a concert from the comfort of your own home. You can even stream music from the 412 anytime to your TV, internet, or smart device. 10 Band TV is free and streaming daily to Western PA and surrounding regions. Learn more at 10band.tv.
Oh, you're muted.
There are too many buttons to press. We're back. This is episode 105 of 3 Questions and a Song. And I'm actually going to momentarily ask those 3 questions, even though we are almost 20 minutes into the show.
That happens when we play a 7-minute song.
Yeah, I forgot that I mentioned Grimrock at the end of that video. So I actually gave those tickets away on Monday for those of you that are watching the video side. But we gave away tickets to Tower of Power. Music from 412 and Dressy Entertainment have a working relationship where Dressy lets us give away some of their tickets.
Nice. Very nice.
And if you are watching the video side, you know what to do. But if you're on the radio side and the podcast side, just go to musicfromthe412.com, click on contests, and you'll be able to figure it out from there. All right. So before I forget, I'm going to ask John's question.
Okay.
And no, normally John would ask it, but I can't record what he sent me through Facebook.
Okay.
So John's question was, if anyone in your band would survive a zombie apocalypse, who would it be and why?
Well, I'm going to go with our guitar player, Rick Knapp. And that's because Rick is our anal attentive member in the band. he's going to kill me now, but he's not here to defend himself. So Rick is the one that, first of all, actually though, Rick actually is in his, Clark Kent job. He has a tool and die shop, so he makes all sorts of nifty things. So he would be able to make stuff to, sort of tools and things to probably ward off the zombies. But also he's meticulous, so he would make sure that he'd probably protect us all. We'd all be safe because Rick would keep us safe.
So there's some stuff going on in the chat room there. I popped it up on the screen. John Perry says, congrats on signing DI.
Thank you.
John is a music from the 412 DJ. He is John Ballistic's underground jukebox.
Thank you so much. Very excited about it.
And then we have Scott Haggerty saying hi to everybody.
Scott's our bass player.
Robert Glosky.
Hey, Bob. How are you doing? Bob is one of our fans and also somebody that helps us in the recording studio as well.
So if you are watching live, you can make comments on videos and we will actually see them. Probably there's another one. Let's see who it is. He's saying
he would survive this one. Yeah, he's a
Scott thinks he'll survive.
Whatever.
Okay, so I also forgot that I have an official build to scene question. See, I keep adding the questions. This one doesn't count towards the 3 either.
Okay, that's all right.
Who is your Dave Grohl? In other words, who would you want to go up on stage with and perform one of their original songs?
Oh boy. Me personally? Or are you asking a band as a whole?
You personally.
Okay, me personally. Oh my gosh, Pat Benatar. I think I would be like this though the whole time. Like I don't get stage shock, like I don't get stage shock. I'm totally at ease on the stage, but if I were to perform with her, I probably would be wobble-kneed.
Okay. Now we're gonna get into those 3 questions.
Okay.
What is a non-standard venue that Eden on Fire should play at? And by non-standard, I'm gonna give you a couple examples.
Okay.
Like Kiss played on a barge, and they also played in a bay in Australia on the back of a boat to great white sharks.
Okay.
Metallica played in Antarctica in a big bubble. Bands have played on tops of skyscrapers, just places where you normally wouldn't see a band. What do you think would be a cool place for your band to perform?
Cinderella's Castle in Disney World.
Okay.
What came to my head.
That 100% is not something I expected to hear.
I don't know. It just came out.
Chris Natalini says that Pat was a nice choice. Chris
Thank you.
is the vocalist for the band Execution Order from the eastern side of Pennsylvania. Your bandmate Scott says it should be Conway Twitty.
Oh, it's just you're fired again. I fire him like at least once a week.
I mean, Conway Twitty would be an interesting choice. I mean, I don't know that I would be there to see it, but
yeah, I don't want to be there either.
All right. So now you are sitting on a bench,
okay,
and your musical idol comes and sits down beside you. So this is like your Forrest Gump moment where you're sitting there with your box of chocolates. But unlike Forrest, who just kept rambling and asking questions, you only get one question. Who is sitting beside you, and what are you going to ask them?
Well, it's Pat Benatar, obviously. But, gosh, what do I ask her? Can I sing with you?
Did you just combine my non-3 question with the 3 question?
I did.
Well, now maybe this question doesn't count either. It just
I tricked you.
all right. So you're coming out of a gig, and there's a DeLorean sitting there with its door open and a flux capacitor in the back seat.
Mm.
So you can go back in time and hang out with any band, just like Marty hung out with the. I wish I could remember the name of the band on that show, on that movie, but he ended up playing with them. So there's the Dave Grohl question again. But what band do you want to go hang out with, and at what time? Like just a general time.
Let me think about that one. That's a tough one. There's a lot of bands. It's not going to be very metal, but I'm going to go back into my youth, and I'm going to say the Go-Go's back in the early 80s. That would have been a good time.
I get Motley Crue as an answer to that one a lot.
Really? Yeah, I could see that, but yeah.
I
I'm
don't
all
even know
about
how
the
many
chicks,
questions
if
I
you can-
asked. Though.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, that's fine. So you will fit in at DI Records really well because they definitely do the. They are known for not all of the bands, but a lot of the bands are female fronted. All right, next question. This one, the very first band I ever asked it, I have named it after. So this is the Diesel Beast question. They are a classical metal band out of Denton, Texas. And
Okay.
the question is, if you could play anywhere in the world with any musician, where would you play and who would you play with?
Ooh. Well, I want to play Wacken in Germany. Musician. Let's see. Oh boy, that's a tough. There's a lot of really good musicians out there. Oh man, that's hard. Well, I'm not going to pick another vocalist because that makes no sense. So I got to pick one instrumentalist. That's really hard.
I mean, it could be a whole band. They could
A whole
open for
band,
you.
like a whole band.
Yeah.
Oh, then I'm going to. Oh man, I don't want to pick one. I'll do it. I can do it. I can do this. I'm going to pick Within Temptation.
Okay, so now I'm going to tell you why it's called the Diesel Beast question.
Okay.
So I pulled that question out of nowhere that day, and their answer was they wanted to play at Stonehenge with Dio.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And I feel like that was probably the best answer that could ever be given on the first attempt at a question.
Yeah.
And that's why the question is named after their band.
Very cool. Dio's a good choice.
All right, so I think that was 3, maybe.
And a half.
Maybe more like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think we're at somewhere around there. I'm gonna rename the show. That's what's gonna happen. I keep saying I'm gonna keep the 3 questions. I'm just gonna name it like 1,001 questions in the song. All right, so I do have one more question for you, and then you get to ask a question of Neostem, which is the next episode's guest.
Okay.
So this question has kind of been at the bottom of the video all night, probably. But where can you be found online so that they can, after listening to your song, Listen to Me, they can go check out some more of your music?
All right. Well, we're pretty much everywhere. You can find us on Facebook. We're Eden on Fire Metal Band on Facebook. We're on Instagram, Eden on Fire Band on Instagram. I don't know. I couldn't be consistent for some reason. We're also on YouTube, and you can find us as Eden on Fire there. We also have a music video for Listen to Me, so you should check that out. If you like 7-minute songs, you'll love our 13-minute video.
You should submit that to Music from from the 412.
Okay.
When we go off the air, I'll give you the details.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we did an old school 80s video, so it's a storyline. It's kind of a little mini movie. We had a lot of fun with it. So it's been really well received. We've gotten over 13,000 views on it. So it's been pretty cool. We also are on Spotify and, iTunes and Amazon Music. And we have a Bandcamp, so you can find our music there. We also have a TikTok. We're Eden on Fire on there as well. So you can find us pretty much everywhere on the socials right now. I don't have a Twitter. I just gave up on that whole idea. But
my Twitter is all automated.
Yeah. Oh, and we have a website, EdenOnFire.com.
Which is what's in the video below me. That's
Yes.
just the one I was referring to.
There you go. Yes.
All right, so I gave you a homework assignment. Being a teacher, I do that occasionally.
Yes.
And you were going to check out the band Neostem, which is my daughter Emmeline's favorite local band.
Cool.
What question did you come up with for them?
So my question for Neostem is, I was looking through their videos and I saw a performance back from February 5th. They were jamming out pretty good somewhere. And all of a sudden, their fans flooded the stage and they had just tons of people, a mosh pit on stage with them while they're performing.
Oh, no.
How did they manage that? I want to know how you managed on stage while you were performing, because that is tricky.
So you froze for like 3 seconds in the middle of that.
Oh, really?
Wait. And then it went fast forward and played everything that you did while you were frozen. It was so cool.
That's weird. Gotta love the internet.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember him sending me the video through Messenger, and he's like, "Watch this."
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, my daughters are both getting into the local scene, but like on the different ends of the spectrum. So Emmeline is getting into the heavy stuff,
Gotcha.
and Bria's kind of liking the rock stuff. And then they meet in the middle with a band called Black Ridge. That they're I talk about them all the time. They're a great band. Everybody should check out Black Ridge. You should also check out Eden on Fire and DI Records. So I want to thank you for hanging out with me on episode 105 of Three Questions.
Thanks so much for
Songs.
having me.
You're welcome. Hang out, because I'm going to fill you in on music from 412. Okay. And for those of you that were watching us live, you can go to Music from 412 right now and watch basically MTV from the local music scene, or you can click play on the radio station and you can listen to deep cuts from signed bands and a whole lot of unsigned music. Or you can go to buildascene.com. You can check out all my podcasts, or you can listen to my radio station, which is all unsigned bands from all over the world. So lots of choices for you there. You can go to firstangelmedia.com and check out what's going on in the local scene, from photos to articles to reviews. That's what you're going to find there. My name is Bill. This was episode 105. Join me on the 15th with Neostem. And until then, make sure you keep supporting local music.